happen? When you don't give it up to the Lord, you begin to cultivate it. Every time come there, oh yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, that's true. Is that right? Is that fair? Is that good? Oh, I think I have to do something. When you keep it and cultivate that resentment daily, it produces grudge. You become angry. Oh, no, I have to do something. I have to pay back. Grudge over the past hurts. And what will happen? The hurts inside of you that a person or you or keep, what will happen? That bitterness, grudge, resentment, disappointment will create jealousy. Oh, come, somebody's getting, a person becomes jealous. Then when a person becomes jealous, intensified in the human heart, he is susceptible, vulnerable to create some quarrel or is wanting to fight. That is here. Anyone, I'm not wrong. They want to fight always. You can see a person always wanting to fight. Something's wrong in the inside. Wanting to fight. So that will happen, and then it will create division in the family. So when they're always fighting, there's division in the family. Want to be godly, want to be angry, I don't know. Yeah, there's a fight in the family, decision, and then faction that divide people in the family, in your relationship, in the family of God. So then what will happen? He's looking for an acceptance in the negative direction. And this is the corresponding effect because he belittled himself. And the more he condemned himself and become low self-esteem, listen to this. That is an open door to be accepted, and Satan will open the door to precisely to create some kind of good feeling, and then there's what we call some affinity or affection to what somebody is presenting to a boy or to a girl, to a young lady or to a young man, wife or husband. What will happen? That vulnerability will produce relationship outside of the husband and outside of the wife. Beautiful? So it's starting from that early beginning. So very important that it's saying is going to happen. This is what they call a time of sorrows. Let's continue. Now in verse 7, we see verse 7, nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines, pestilences, earthquakes in various places. I'll make a little comment, verse 7 here. Famines on earth and famines and then on earth and then earthquake. Disasters and calamities recently, these are not normal. I want you to say it is not normal. Recently, Houston, Texas, Hurricane Harvey is the worst disaster in Texas history. Worst. Mexico earthquake, September 8. We were in Silver Water with my family, and after the meeting of the conference there, somebody said, we pray for Mexico. The strongest earthquake in Mexico experienced in 100 years. You can see the intensity is going higher. Hurricane Irma, Florida, Saturday. And it's going to be Sunday, maybe tomorrow. What happened in Florida, Hurricane Irma, leaving a trail of destruction and death across Caribbean. Now, according to the report, this is the largest, look at all the comparative kind of report, going to a higher level of destruction. According to the report, this is the largest emergency evacuation in American history. Those are not normal. Now the storm surges or rise up will threaten Florida, West Coast, Sunday, that will be tomorrow because we're ahead. For them tomorrow, with more than 3 million people lying. So we'll ask God's mercy. Now America, the greatest nation on earth. America will spend $2 billion a year sending missionaries all over the globe for many, many, many years. Billions of dollars. Sending to the missionaries to the continent of the world. Become the #1 initiator of abortion, same-sex marriage in some state. Prayer is banned in school, in some offices, even the Ten Commandments, they remove the Ten Commandments, and the freedom of speech about God is being squeezed, and then the Word of God is outside the school in the government. In America, used to be in a pinnacle, the whole world looking at them. I want you to hear this. When a nation began to receive to another thing, to the God of this world, of satanic cravings, of the physical senses, of that is contrary to the Word of God. Proverbs 14:34. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin condemns a people. That kind of action is the beginning where the greatest nation, if they will not repent, one day, God permit, we can see America as history, no longer the greatest, but what happened to that nation? God will judge the nation of America. We'll take that, and I will be praying, Lord, have mercy, America, let them come back to you. So godliness makes a nation, but sin condemns any people. So, in a nation, they will be condemned. In a Christian or in an individual, when sin is become a pet, hiding in our heart, God will condemn. All we have to do, Lord, I'm sorry, release it to you. God can never deny you to be forgiven. But it is different to keep it to yourself. You are creating some kind of condemnation to yourself, because if God did everything for you and to me, and you just suspended it, be sure your sin will find you out. He that is often rebuked, according to the Word of God, often rebuked, and that they're not listening, will receive, they will have sudden, very strong destruction. But go with it possible. So, very, very important in a Christian. This is cleansing, powerful Word of God. But God loves us so much because we're preparing for the last days. And so when the righteous are in authority, from the book of Proverbs 29, when the righteous they are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the people groan. If don't know what's happening in Australia, look around and listen to the news, the leaders of the nation. Look at the news, so really the news, what's happening, to inform us, and then connect it with the Word of God. The Word of God is very clear. What God said is coming to pass. He said, wow, wow, wow. We are not going to listen to the bad news, but you're connecting with the Word of God. This is going to be, in the last days, worse become worse. In the last days, the good people become good, wicked will become more and more wicked, and the righteous will become more and more righteous. That is happening in the last days. Beginning of sorrows. Birth pangs or the labor pains. To your mother, you can understand this. There's what as a birth, labor pains. Put in the spiritual aspect, these are the beginning of sorrows. The cluster of signs that God mentioned, 3 clusters, signs that God given. God is saying to the Christian, you will experience the heat and the forces of darkness destroying the world today. You can feel it. You can really see it. Look at what is happening today. The same-sex marriage in Australia. It is huge. I tell you what. It is huge issue because once it is affirmed and given approval, you will be squeezed in your freedom of speech, squeezed in your freedom of religion, squeezed for the kids to be mentored in a Christian setting because somebody will intervene. That's not right. This is the way we run in the education. There must be some kind of this. You must be taught also with homosexuality. That must be balanced. That is squeezing our freedom that eventually will bind you and change you. Except the people of God will understand the role. In a few minutes, I'll give you 3 points and I'll be finishing. Lord, I know it's not an easy time of the age. I have to wake up and prepare myself and to become servant of God. We will all be affected. Christian is not exempted. There are blows and trials, persecution that are here now. Now, what shall we do? By the way, I give you this. And I think I have some relationship with the counselor in Blacktown, people running for the counselor in Parramatta. We have some friends, and thank God for our relationship with them. I come to know them, some of these counselors, and they said to me, you know, Pastor Gani, Brother Gani, I want you to understand, listen to this, because Christian is not popular now in Australia. We are not. So they said, for you Christian, for us, because it's our Christian, we have precisely obeyed and follow the laws of the land. The moment you disregard the laws of the land, what will happen? They will have a strict rules for the Christian, and will affect your freedom. And according to them, it's so really some kind of shock me. If there are 10 applicants to the government, either grant or favor or things like that, if there are 10, according to them, it shocked me. If you are applying for something in the same amount of grant or thanks for the community, whatever it is, according to the one in Parramatta, who is in the leadership there, he said to us, we are at the number 10. Church, we are not popular. That's why our life will testify that Jesus, the light that lives in us, in that light, will bring them to realize that Jesus is real in the way you and I live. Precisely opposite what the world loves to live. If they are going to a broad destruction and highway to hell, or in the opposite, a narrow path, where there is trials and testing, holding upon the hand of God, and God will help us, whether you like it or not, you become a beacon of light, where people say, my neighbor is different. When 99% in the community are living together with all the things that are doing, and there's only one over there, or place that there, the family is different, they're singing, they're worshiping, they're permitting, they're different, something is different. I tell you what, one small light can create a big luminance or light in the darkest midnight, because you walk in the path that is still to glorify the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen? Amen. I close it here. I don't repeat it. Number one, and maybe give this time a few months later, pray for Christians are powerful servants. To the point. This is a time for us, because of the sword that's happening in the world today, to become a prayerful Christian. Give you an example in the book of Matthew. Jesus said in the Garden of Gethsemane, Peter and the other disciple, come with me, and I want you to stay with me. And Jesus went farther, and then Peter, stay with me. In other words, be awake, be responsible. Jesus is in that place. When they come back, Peter and the sons of Zebedee, they were sleeping. Could you just have a time, even just 1 hour, to be responsible and pray with me, because there's a great temptation. I just presume, Lord, thank you. Maybe thank you for waking us up. We'll do. We're going to pray. Just 1 hour. Jesus went back. When he come back to his trusted apostle for the second time, they were again sleeping. Hey, wake up, wake up. Huh? They thought they were awake, they were praying. I'm praying, but they were snoring. Okay? No problem. The temptation, the trials has come. Get ready. Because the Son of Man will be rejected and suffer the penalty. You know, church, to the point. If we can spend 1 hour of prayer a day, could you believe this? In Australia, pastors, they pray 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes. So I address this to you. If you can spend 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day, you spend time with God and pray for the neighborhood. Lord, pray for one another. Lord, may help us become a blessing in this
time of sorrows and sorrow that is happening to us, would you pray for that? God will increase the blessing to you. And I can just see my God with tears in his eyes. Son, daughter, thank you for bearing the burden with me. I have the word, but I need somebody to partner with me that is counting in you. To pray for you. We have the prayer meeting. When I conduct something, it's not just a prayer meeting. Maybe 2 months, 3 months, when I show to you the prayer meeting, because in that prayer meeting you can see miracle after miracle. What's happening now? Little ones, young people, mother and father, when we move around and join with this kind of prayer meeting, this is establishing your strength to be able to cope up and to face the challenges of the attack of the demonic kingdom. The state of children, young people, father and mother, when you do that, they are ready to say, "Boy, Satan, I'm not afraid of you." They will be terrified because they can see the power of God in your heart, filled with Jesus, God's presence, because of prayer. Another thing, this came to my mind. I'll be finishing here. Good point here. This may be impossible. Have a day off. We have 1 day for the Lord. How about 1 day, Lord? You know what? I want to begin to discipline myself. Would you help me? 1 day. It is not my proposal, just a test. I will not use my mobile phone for 1 day. Put it aside. That's a test. And if you pass the test, it will become 2 days a week until 1 day. That desire to be 24 hours or 12 hours or 13 hours in the mobile phone. That mobile phone that is got Facebook and texting will slow down. God is replacing your heart with the touch of God. That once again, the love of God will penetrate upon you to face the challenges of a world that is saturated with darkness. In the church, it's high time. And when you do that, Christ for the World is not one of the churches, but Christ for the World is a church that will create a massive influence and might and power of God that will manifest. And God will say, "As my Father sent me, I am sending you." I proclaim a serial in that direction. The first one, telephone casting of demons, raising the dead back to life, is no longer a problem. Because once the Lord is pleased with a faithful man and woman who understand how to prepare in the tough times, when you begin to be faithful in a small thing, beginning today, He will entrust you with the thing. It will happen as you yield to Him, beginning today in the succeeding days. As you yield to Him, say, "Lord, I am that vessel, I am ready. Help me." In Jesus' name, amen.